But first tonight, our continuing focus on the money trail in the Augusta-Westland chopper deal, the latest in that tangle. A joint team of the CBI, the Ministry of Defence and MEA officials have reached Italy to probe allegations of kickbacks in the chopper deal. The visiting British Prime Minister David Cameron has said the UK needs evidence to proceed in the case. Meanwhile, 2 days ahead of the Parliament session, the government says it's ready for a JPC probe. This as Defence Minister A.K. Antony broke his silence and rejected reports of a divide within the government over scrapping the deal. The Defence Minister has also now ruled out his resignation over the Augusta deal row. But our first stop is Milan, where Sanjay Surya, political editor Europe, is tracking the CBI team which is there in Milan at the moment. Sanjay, the CBI team has reached Italy this evening. Will it get anything because it hasn't even filed a preliminary report, or is it heading for another wild goose chase?
They're not likely to get a lot of significance straight away. We've already heard from the court that they are strictly speaking not a party to the proceedings underway. But beyond that, the focus here is on Italy. Finmeccanica is 30% owned by the state, so if there is fraud as alleged, then it is a fraud on the taxpayer. The shareholders of the company would not have been informed, so this is a fraud on them, and besides, bribery itself is a crime. Sure, there's a fallout in India, which is why the CBI team is here and we are also concerned. But the fact is that the case has to be handled first over here, and only after that case is firmed up will the CBI be informed. But it is of some significance that the CBI is here. They need to lay the groundwork for cooperation ahead, and also to send a signal that there is an independent legal authority in India that wants to get to the bottom of the facts, if indeed that is the case.
Sanjay, as you've spoken, I believe, earlier this evening to the prosecutor in the case there in Milan, do they really have anything at the moment beyond Hashke's confession? Anything that can actually nail the entire money trail?
The prosecutor made it clear to us that this is a very dangerous situation, this is a very sensitive time in this case, and there is not a lot that he is going to be able to say substantively on the case. But clearly, the prosecution case rests on very much more than Hashke's confessions. There were detailed reports and there was detailed information given by that ex-employee who informed the prosecutor about these bribes, and it is on that basis that the case proceeded. Subsequently, Hashke was investigated, as were the others. Also, from Hashke himself, there have been incriminating documents seized. It is not simply on the basis of what he might have said. And at the bottom of it all, there are the financial books. There is the question of what happened to the money, how it was paid, and to who, and the prosecution is certain to be investigating that.
What does the prosecution, though, have to say, Sanjay, on the Indian hand in this chopper deal? How much are we getting to know from the Italian prosecutors of the nature of the links between their Indian connection and the middlemen based in Italy and Switzerland?
Very little at the moment, and very little not just by way of what has been announced and what has been shared, but look simply at the figures that are being spoken about. The investigation reports speaks of 50 million euros being paid in this case. On the Indian front, we have a figure of 400,000 euros being spoken about, and about 100,000 given or not given to this one or that one. In just numbers alone, we are talking about peanuts relatively when we speak of the Indian end of the deal. So if significant money has been paid through middlemen to Indian parties to swing the deal, then there is a good deal of payment we haven't even heard about yet.
Where then, Sanjay, are you seeing this probe heading? Now that the CBI team is in Italy, where do you really see this probe heading? There's an election in the country come the weekend. How fast can we expect this probe to actually come up with a concrete chart sheet?
The next significant step will be the interrogation of Orsi, the second interrogation of Orsi. This time it is likely to be a firm and close and lengthy interrogation. The first time he was asked questions, he said no 3 times and got away with it. Not likely again. He will be questioned very closely. And in the light of his statements and his defense, the prosecution will re-examine the evidence in hand and then take a decision whether to formally charge him or not.